So, tell me about your origins in the storage business.
Yeah, sure, no problem. One of the biggest things we started SteelBlue with was the idea that we would change the industry, service our customers the best we can, and put out the best products we possibly could manufacture. So, as a startup, you kind of go through all the lumps and pains of that, but I think we're now at a point 4 years in that we're kind of here to stay, and we're trying to do the things that we need to do as a company to get better and better for our customers. And I think that for us is really lessons learned from running storage companies in the past and storage manufacturers in the past. We brought a team of guys that really understand it, whether it's from the accounting side who worked in the security side of it to the guys that actually manufactured those doors. So for us, it's really been a revelation in how we innovate ourselves and evolve as a company.
My grandfather did sales and installation of mostly residential doors, sectional doors, when I was a kid. So 7, 8 years old, I was doing doors in subdivisions, and so it's just all I've ever known. We sold the business and I went to work for a manufacturer. Just kind of grew from there, worked my way up from doing inside sales to customer service and then research and development, and ultimately landed here at SteelBlue. So all in, I've been in the door business pretty much my whole life, but in this side of the business about 25 years.
That's incredible. I want to talk about Edge a little bit as a program. And so this is something that we've been looking at for quite some time, and door replacement and repair program. So what do you feel like this means for our customer base, for us to be able to serve the market better in a different way than we have before?
Sure. So, when I think about the restoration aspect and what we're doing with Edge, a lot of facilities that are older and dated, kind of like me now, I've just told you how long I've been in this business. So a lot of facilities that are my age, we're going to need reworked over the next couple of years. And so it's a great way to just either refurbish or replace the doors that you have. When we bring our Edge program in and start taking down doors and replacing them with new doors, we give you that warranty level that we're known for in the industry, the quality, the service that we are known for. But it'll also just increase your revenue stream. It'll make your facility more appealing. Curb appeal is all about it, right? So there's got to be an attraction to your location. And so I'm excited to see how we do that. But I think you're going to see the quality of the storage industry, the actual facilities, that's going to improve immensely over the next couple of years. SteelBlue is going to be a part of that with our Edge program.
I have a question from the owner perspective now about Edge, where when is it really time to consider repairing and replacing their doors? Like, what's the basis for why they would go down this route?
Sure. So, obviously if a door is damaged and not functional, you have to replace it. So that's one driver. But again, the aesthetics of it, I think, is a big driver with that too. Historical data will tell you through the industry that if your location is not appealing to the eye, if people don't trust that it's a safe location or that it's well maintained or that it's cared for, they're not going to put their belongings in something that's not being taken care of. So if you keep your facility nice, clean, attractive, secure, I think that's a driving factor in getting people to rent at your location.
There's a couple answers to that, right? I think I'm really excited about this new kind of adventure we're going on, Edge, to take existing facilities and upgrade them. So when you look at renovating a building, it's really, are you making the right investment at the right time? And I think as we get into the storage industry as it is today, especially with kind of the economic conditions and climate, it's an opportunity for guys to spend some CapEx money and upgrade their facilities, make it look a little bit newer, change the ergonomics of it or whatever you want to take a look at. For us, it's an opportunity to grow, and our products will serve the same, right? And again, it's really, for us, we look at it as a very similar project, greenfield to brownfield, whatever you might want to think. But for us, it's an opportunity to showcase our products with, our existing customers.
So something that I think is interesting about this repair and replace is that we're here at the SSA's 50th anniversary.
Yes, sir.
It means there's been over 50 years of storage facilities in this nation, meaning there's a lot of old facilities, And so I think this is a very interesting time. Do you believe that this is kind of a growing market now because the industry has been around so long?
And it has, right? And I think you're starting to see a little bit of that. You drive down the road and you can see some of the older facilities, and I think you see the slowdown maybe economically, as we mentioned. So I think people are taking the opportunity to upgrade those facilities. Again, the mergers and acquisitions that are going to continue to happen, especially with the big REITs that are out there, they're going to have to transform those doors and make them their brand. Again, it's a big opportunity, but can't say enough for 50 years of storage, self-storage. It's pretty exciting to see that, and now's the time to kind of upgrade and renovate.
And 50 years of self-storage means that this business is very resilient. I mean, it's been through many market crashes. And so people always talk about self-storage is going to die at some point. And here we are 50 years later, it's still around. And so why do you think it's such a resilient industry?
It's probably, somewhat cultural. People like to buy things. Over the years, you've looked at, how people purchase things, and they purchase more than they need probably. I think it's been resilient because it changes with the time, right? You get the opportunity when the market's good, people buy more, they need places to store it. You get people moving around the country, transient. My own example, we sold a house in Florida and we have a self-storage unit down there, looking for our next purchase. So, it's very interesting to see that. And from an economic standpoint, when you have high interest rates and you have some of these things going on, people aren't moving around, which puts pressure on the storage industry. But goes back to our original, discussion topic when you have a chance to take your facilities and upgrade them, add new products, add new doors, hallways, paint, whatever you might do on the outside as well. So that kind of keeps it going all the time, right? And then you start to see it again pop up in different areas. For the longest time, New York was kind of underwater, not a lot of storage growth. And here we are back in 2025, and it's grown again in the New York, New Jersey area in the 5 boroughs. So it's very resilient that way. And again, economics aside, when things are good, people buy stuff. When things are bad, they're moving back to their homes and trying to downsize and do all those other things. So it's unique that way. And I think, you branch out into some of the ancillary things with some of the electronic latching and the gate controls and the access control and all those other things, right? So there's always opportunity in this industry to, you see the mass units and the portables, and it just keeps evolving itself, right? And the more you take advantage of that and you build the relationships, it becomes great for guys like us.
I've heard my whole life, or my whole storage life, that the market's saturated and when's the ride going to end? But a mentor of mine coming into the business, he told me one time before that it's not, storage is not recession-proof, but it's recession-resistant. When you think about in a booming economy, when people are buying new homes or relocating or something of that nature, they need storage, right? We buy so much stuff, especially here in the States, right? We have so many possessions, and so you have a place that you need to store that. So that's one aspect. But in a down economy, which we've dealt with in the recent past, in a down economy, you have a lot of people consolidating, but yet they work so hard to get the things that they own, they don't want to let them go. So when they move in with their children, or when children move in with their parents, or just downsize their house, they'll take the things that they work so hard for, they'll put them into storage so that they don't have to get rid of them, right? It's much easier to rent a storage facility for $100 a month than it is to build another 3,000 square feet house, So I think that's one of the drivers behind self-storage staying so stable over the years. I don't know what it's going to look like in the future, but I'm thankful for what it has done up till now.
Well, thank you for your time, Bray. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jared. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.